The White House has accused the media of double standards after largely ignoring revelations the CIA can frame other countries for hacking. Wikileaks' latest file dump shows the American intelligence chiefs could have used stolen computer malware, including from Russia, to make it look like Moscow was behind cyber attacks during the US presidential election.
It's interesting how there is sort of a double standard with when the leaks occur, how much outrage there is. And so I do think it's important, while I don't want to get into confirming or denying this particular thing, I think it is interesting how different subjects are approached. This one, everyone is immediately rushing to, and there should be a lot more coverage of this.
Wikileaks has promised more revelations, saying this first file dump is just 1% of the total data they have, with some saying the information could play into Russia's hands, as RT's Boiko reports.
When the US accused Russia of hacking the DNC, citing its high confidence but providing no solid evidence, vast swathes of the media present it as unquestionable fact.
These hacks have taken place by Russians.
The intelligence community says that Russia's behind this in some form.
Russian state actors broke into the DNC.
But what to do when the biggest leak of secret CIA files in history reveals that US intelligence is able to mimic other countries' cyber attacks?
If this claim is true, WikiLeaks has dealt a significant blow to U.S. national security.
Every time a place like WikiLeaks blows our ops, it means that the bad guys evolve.
WikiLeaks has now delivered to hackers of the world the tools they could use for copycat attacks on the same devices that the CIA is said to have attacked.
What to do indeed. Point the finger at Russia, of course. This time for pouncing on the story and peddling disinformation. Or brand the idea that the CIA might be behind the hacks as conspiracy theory. Or just shrug off the inconvenient information as something stupid and not worthy of your time.
The document dump reveals nothing terribly new or surprising. Mobile spy tools have been around for years. That the CIA hacks is like saying water is wet.
And even when there's widespread consensus that the Vault 7 leak didn't come from Russia, you can always question the organisation that published it.
We must consider where the information came from and the lack of credibility WikiLeaks has as a news source.
WikiLeaks has a perfect record of authenticity. And in fact, the United States authorities have recognized that and have recognized that they have this perfect record. This is one of the largest publication of classified CIA documents, and it sheds valuable light on their activities, that they've been engaging in covert hacking activities, and they've developed these stealth covert cyber weapons, and they've stored them in a highly negligent manner. So this is something which is of extreme public interest, and it's quite shocking that the mainstream media wouldn't see that.
Nope. Rather than discussing the content of the leaks, many a news outlet is more interested in talking up WikiLeaks' unsubstantiated links to Russia, and thus downplaying the Vault 7 leak.
Well, WikiLeaks has always categorically stated that it did not receive the emails from Russia. With these, the current publication comes from a former CIA contractor. So it very much shows that this type of information can and often does come from insiders. So it very much changes that narrative that it must have been another country hacking the DNC.
It took a whole 8 hours for CNN to approach this thorny issue on air. And this is how they did it.
The suggestion is that the CIA has the capability of framing a country like Russia for hacks.
A suggestion? I sure as hell hope they're doing that. When you run a spy operation, one of the questions you have is deniability. First of all, you don't want to be picked up. The second thing is, especially if it's a cyber operation, you don't want somebody to determine what the origin of the attack is. You don't want it to say made in the USA.
Isn't the presenter's next question naturally? So given what you've just said, could the CIA have framed Russia for hacking the DNC? Apparently not.
What would worry you the most if you saw this document, Vault 7 from WikiLeaks?
Maybe that it could disprove a theory that CNN and a host of other news networks had been presenting as the naked truth for several months. You know, the one about Russia definitely hacking the DNC. Boiko, RT, London.
RT's Anissa Nawi takes a further look at the mainstream media's coverage of the story.
The CIA is basically using our phones, TVs, and any other gadget to spy on us and possibly even kill us if we cross the line. But Russia, the hackers, are the real problem. Way more newsworthy and way more dangerous. So much so that it's pretty much all you need to know.
Get out of jail card for Russia.
A gift to the Kremlin when you look at the timing.
Russia's meddling in the election.
WikiLeaks, an organization that might be fairly close to Russia.
CNN is desperately spinning the WikiLeaks massive Vault 7 release to Trump benefits and Russia, Russia, Russia. So, if you still haven't gotten the message, WikiLeaks, Russia, the bad guys, CIA, the good guys. Just to clarify, every iPhone in Russia is a microphone, but Russian hacking is the problem. Did you guys get that?